Okay, continuing with the PHP classes and objects. So let us see that how these classes and objects are going to be get executed in this, or how to implement those things by using the methods are there, UML diagrams are there. By how this is going to be get implemented in this, let us see. And also we can see that overview of the objects and classes, the definitions of that, and how it is going to be used in the PHP. Okay. So now you can say that PHP classes and objects. So as you all know about that, PHP is a full-fledged object-oriented programming language, but you can say that like C and C++, and Java, those methods that it is going to be used over here. And also you can say that only the version 5 and above that it supports the object-oriented programming concepts. Now, what do you mean when objects and classes and all these things? If you say that the relationships are going to be like this here, so we can consider the book is a class. Book is a class, it is, which defines properties such as the title, author, and number of pages that it is going to define here. Objects means the instance of the book class. Maybe different books it is going to be different books. So each instance of its own title, author, and number of pages are going to be. See, for example, here is this is another, this is different book it is going to be. So you can say that web programming is one book, programming the web is another book, author is going to be different, and we can say some ebooks will be there. So those things that you can able to specify the different title and authors and number of pages and all these things. These are all the instances of the object. Okay? There is a class of the class it is. Book is one, but n number of books are going to be available for that. Okay, so different types of books are available. Those things are going to be the classes and objects. Next, the implementation of that particular class and objects will be going to use the UML diagrams basically. Okay. UML is nothing but a unified modeling language. So that particular language notations that we'll be going to use for the implementation, or to understand properly how this classes and objects are going to be represented. Okay. Let's see that over here. So this is a UML diagram. The class diagram it is going to be. Now we can specify here the classes and objects are going to be there. You can be able to see here. Every artist, see, artist is the class name. It is artist is the class name. Contains what? First name, last name, birth date, birth city, the rate, the date, and also the encapsulation of these things in one. This is artist. So here, this is a design disk. Now you can see this is a class. Class name is artist. Okay. So these are all the objects in that. Okay. So first name, last name. So you can able to see here the first name, last name, and all these things. Okay, the properties and the data types for that, and accessibility name. Okay, we can say here plus means it indicates that it's a public, minus means it indicates that it's a private. Okay, and this is a class. The object, the instances of those things that we can able to specify. Artist of what? The name of the object is going to be specified here. This is Picasso is there here, Dali is there. Different objects that you can able to create it, but the content are going to be same. First name, last name, birth date, all these things are going to be similarities. Right here also, the individual like books if you're going to take. So book name, first name, that information according to the book that you can able to specify here. That will be the class, and objects which it is going to represent a number of different books it is going to be. Okay, fine. Understood this class and object? Okay. This type, whenever that you do write, that is called as a class diagram. Which this is a notation for UML diagram it is. Okay. Objects and classes in PHP, how that is getting represented. Usually, when you'll be going to use the C and C++, similar way that here also you'll be going to use the similar concepts, okay, represent the classes and objects. PHP syntax is going to be like this. It is going to be get followed. Class artist, bracket started, public, okay, first name, last name, and all these things that is closing of this. This is the syntax for the PHP class. It is the instantiating of that class. Okay. So the objects you can able to create by using the function new. Now defining the class is not the same as it. Okay. So it makes it as an instances creating of the new objects by using this new artist. See here, artist is there. Artist is a class name. Okay, and it is getting new artist means the content of all these things are getting instantiated to the another object. Similarly here Dali objects. So these things only we have shown here as the objects. Clear? Yeah. The properties for those things that you can able to specify. Okay. So once you have instantiation of the object, you can able to access that particular object by using this key, okay, arrow key. So here you can specify by Picasso is a new artist, Dali is a new artist. Picasso, you'll be going to fetch that data, okay, first name, last name, okay, all these things that you can able to specify and you can able to access that. And always you can see that there is no much difference between your C++ class and objects and Java objects, because all these things are getting ends with the semicolon. Okay. Next is about the constructor, which the constructor can be defined as a function. Okay. Can able to construct that the which construct that it is going to be. Construct is a keyword that you will going to use it. The constructor, each parameter is assigned with an internal class variable using the this. Okay. So this notation is there. Okay. So you must always use the $this. Okay. So previously we are not using dollar, just this we will be going to use. When we will be going to use the PHP, dollar symbol is being used. That will reference all the properties and methods associated with the particular instance of the class. So here, this is a class, right? To get this dot first name, so automatically it is going to understand that which area that in that particular class you will be, the object is going to be get referred over. Okay? The method is nothing but functions it is going to be, that also you can able to call, or you can able to use that particular function. Methods are similar to the functions. So here we will be going to call it as the methods, not as the functions. Methods are like the functions, they are going to be associated with the class. So in the class only that you can able to write that particular functions. So here is an example that it displays that takes the instance of the class, can perform and use since the associated behavior of the objects, means based on that particular object that data is going to be fetched. Okay, it here Picasso is a new artist, so artist that Picasso is being taken as one class, one object is being created over here. For that Picasso output as table, that function is being called here. Like this you can able to call, because this artist is already, it is going to be there here also. After this the functionalities are going to be, you can able to write it, methods you can able to write those methods that you can able to use it. Example, if I am going to consider for that, so class artist public function output table, this function is being written in the class itself. Okay. Then table format that it is going to be there, so it is being defined over here, right? Dollar table is equals to this, again it is clubbed with the HTML, and similarly that table format that is being written. So HTML means double quotes that it is going to start, and all this in dot notations are going there to club the things. Okay. Now here the class name, you can see these are the public it is going to be, right? First name, and this is the class name it is going to be. The class contains the methods artist